Welcome to day number 31. This is the final day in your Building Strength for Life series, a 31-day series to enhance health, build strength, and supercharge your confidence. And we made it. Before we go any further, I just want to say a huge well done that we made it through the 31 days. So to celebrate, today's session is called Celebration and Renewal. We'll be going through some light dynamic stretches. We'll then be going into a little bit of light cardio just to boost the mood. Then we're going to have a little bit of a stretch and then have a little time for a bit of reflection and renewal as well, and looking forward to the future. So for the final time, this series, all you need is a mat or a soft surface, and we are going to be up on our feet for a large portion of this session as well. If you're ready, let's get going. Okay, so let's start with some shoulder rolls. Let's roll backwards into the shoulders. Now you can do this from a seated position, kneeling, or you can stand with me here. I'm just going to really work on trying to get the shoulders up to the ears, roll around all the way. And here's Margot. She's decided to say a little hello to you today on this final session. And let's reverse the direction, bringing those shoulders up to the ears, really working on trying to reduce the tension that you feel in that upper body. Maybe just gripping the steering wheel a bit tight when you're driving, or just hunched over at the desk. And take a rest. Well done. Hello. Oh, she says hello. She speaks. We're going to do a torso twist next. So I want you to really firmly plant those feet into the floor, heels into the floor, around about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. And then I just want you to twist over to the side and over to the other side. So we're just working through some gentle full body mobilization. Okay, just stretching through, over and over. You want to be star of the show today? She's a little princess, this one. Over we go. Twist, twist. Good. So not too jerky, but working through and just trying to increase your range if you can. And take a rest. Well done. Final one on our dynamic stretches is we're going to do some hamstring curls. We've done these all the way through the program so far. So you're going to flick up, so you're flick your heel to touch your bum as you go side to side. So flick, flick, flick. And once you've got that, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of coordination done, if you want to add in the hands and do some big claps here as well, then you can. Good. So just opening up the chest, get the shoulder blades together, open the chest, legs come to the side. Now you can put as much or as little effort into this little session as you want to. This is not a one session or another. I just really want you to stay in the moment in this session so we can get day 31 done, so you can have a big old tick in your box for accepting the challenge and fulfilling it. 2, 1, take a rest. Well done. You're going to work into a little march now, into a light cardio section. So all you're going to do is just march on through, bring those knees nice and high, big movements into the arms. So big circles with the arms, nice march. If you want to jog at this point, if that feels more natural to you, it feels easier, or it just feels right, then you can jog for this bit as well. That's absolutely fine. Good job. So just marching it through. Just want to get that blood rushing around. So just want you to feel each movement. Start to think about the muscles that are working. Holding tight to your tummy. Good job. Well done. Breathing all the way through. And come and bring your feet a little bit wider. We're going to do our squat sweep. So we squat down, sweep the arms up and round, fingertips up to the sky, round and up. Good. So really reaching up through those abdominal muscles as you're pulling the arms up, fingertips up, bottom pushes back, up and round. Good. Amazing work. Is there anything that you have found about this program that you really particularly liked or didn't like? Please let me know in the comments. Obviously, I'm going to be prompting you all the way through to feedback to me into the comments, but also as part of that feedback process, I want to feedback to you and say thank you so much for being here, for holding yourself accountable. Take a rest. We're going to be crossing over and crossing over into a little crossbody punch, pulling up the heel each time. So yeah, a thank you to you, holding yourself accountable, staying with me, and for being amazing, giving me all the good vibes on the comments throughout. I have tried to reply to every single person, and it's all me. There's nobody else replying to the comments. It's just me. So they are genuine and heartfelt. Keep it going. So you should feel that the body is nicely warm, that you are slightly out of breath, but not too much, maybe a little bit pink in the cheek. That's kind of the vibe that we're going for. 2, 1, and if you are there, if you want to stop here, that's absolutely fine. We are going to do a little bit of gentle stretching as well as do a little bit of reflection. So if you don't want to do the stretching but you want to stay for the reflection, do the stretches that are right for you. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do a cat-cow, which is down onto the mat. I'm also going to do a downward dog onto the mat and a child's pose also onto the mat. If you prefer standing stretches, pick 3 of your favorite standing stretches or seated stretches and do those instead. I'm going to start with the cat-cow. So if you're following me along, you're going to come into an all-fours position and you're going to pull up. Let the head come down. And then you're going to roll the pelvis and bring the head up. So pull again, up. And roll that pelvis through. So this is the point where I want you to encourage you to make the choice that's right for you. These may not be your 3 favorite stretches, in which case, do your favorites. Focus on the breath. And this is the point where I want you to start to get yourself into a mindset where you will be receptive to giving yourself some feedback. Okay, so that's where I want you to be. So use this time to get in tune with your body, your mind and your body. Join forces, take a rest, and really start to think about that you can be in a place where you can be receptive to that. We're going to come up into a high plank or bridge position. We're going to push back. Heels are going to push down. Head's going to come through, stretching into those calves, and then push back into your bridge. You can drop back down to your knees at this point, and then we're going to go again. Breathing through. Push those heels down a little further if you can. And thank you, Margot. One more time. Take a rest. Now we're into this position. We're going to sit back into your child's pose, and hopefully now the busyness of your mind is slowing down and you're starting, as you're walking those fingertips forwards and stretching out the shoulders, starting to be in a place where you can focus on you. Good. Stretching out. Back up to a tabletop position. And one more time into the child's pose. At this point, you can bring the arms to the side to get the stretch in the side on the child's pose. I just like this extended position here. I've got the heels open, I'm sitting back.
Drop the head, walk the fingertips forwards. This feels good for me. It may not feel good for you. That's absolutely fine. This is your session, so you get to choose. Just hold that for as long as you'd like to.
And when you're ready, you can come into a position that you feel most comfortable with. That may be a sideline position, that may be kneeling, that may be sitting on a chair, holding a hot cup of coffee. I don't know what that means for you, but for me, I'm just going to sit on the mat and we're just going to have just a moment of reflection. I want you to have a think about how you felt on day 1 versus how you feel today. And as we've discussed all the way through this program, that may for you be a 31-day journey, or it may have taken you longer. There is no right or wrong way that you've gone through your journey, because it's your journey and your journey alone. So some prompters for you reflecting on your journey. How did you feel at the beginning? Hopefully you felt energized and you felt that you were able to tackle this, that you started it. As things got more difficult, how did you overcome those difficulties? How did you make sure you were able to adhere to coming and working out with me every single day, or every day that you wanted to? What were the lessons that you learned, and what were the things that you learned about yourself? So when you've reflected on that, and you can pause at any point and then restart when you're ready, I want you to think about your goals going forwards, because these kinds of sessions and these kinds of plans will eventually end. And how do you now weave this new feeling into your life? How do you weave these fitness plans into your life now? What does that look like for you? If I'm not here every day, are you still going to do it? Or maybe you need to choose a plan and work through and be able to do it that way. So it's totally up to you how you do that. But what does the future look like for you? In the short term, next week, tomorrow. In the medium term, next month. And what does that future look like for you next year? The important thing to remember here is that fitness is a way of life. So if you have made fitness part of your health journey for the last 31 days or longer, then you know that now. You know you can feel the benefits of that being part of your life, and you could stop that at any time. And whilst the changes wouldn't be huge, there would be a ripple impact. So the fact that you've stayed with me and done this 31-day program with me means that you've already made the hardest changes, and it's now just sticking to it and going forwards. So fitness is a way of life. It's a way of your life, and you can't store fitness. I'm really sad to say. So you really do have to just keep going, little and often. Keep on going, keep challenging yourself. And if this plan has been really good for you and you've really enjoyed this plan, then stay to the end, because I'm going to tell you what else you could do. The final thing to say, just before I get to where we go from here, is just really giving you the permission to nurture that mind and body connection. So when you are working out, I may have mentioned that you might feel more creative, you might feel more inspired, you might feel that you have greater clarity of thought after you've done a workout. You may not, you may just feel really, really tired. But quite often people report that they have felt more inspired, that they've been able to problem solve on a better level after they have worked out. So that mind and body connection is really, really strong, and giving yourself the time to be able to carve out for that exercise is also really, really important, because you can focus on you. We all have such busy lives, and we all have people in our lives who take from us in a positive or a negative way, and you are truly the only person who can control what you do. So carve out that time. If you've managed to get to 31 days, you've proven that you can do it up until this point. Continue to do that to respect yourself. Okay, where do we go from here? I have a 14-day plan that you can follow. Some of you have already done it, but you might want to go for it again. It's called Fit Life 40, and it is on my YouTube channel. It's also on my website. It's completely free, exactly like this one, but a 14-day plan, again, with all of the types of things that we do in this session, in this plan. So you've got the addition of weights or the taking out of weights, however you want to go for it. I've got you covered there. I've also got on the website, strengthandbloom.com, I've also got fitness plans for members that I've knitted together out of sessions that are all available on here. And I also have live sessions that I stream and record every single week, 2 a week now. It used to be 1 a week, but now we do 2 a week. And there is an entire archive of those, over 50 sessions as we speak. But if you're doing this in advance of where it is now, then there will be even more, because I do 2 a week now. So there's a whole archive of those, and they're not available anywhere else apart from on the website. So those are there for you as well. If you have any feedback for me at all, please let me know. Please let me know how you got on. Your comments have really genuinely sustained me as we've gone through this process together. So I really, really hope that you've continued to enjoy it. I know at the time that I'm recording this that you are currently enjoying it. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And let me know what else you want to see. Do you want to see another 31-day plan? Do you want a 7-day plan? What do you want to see? Do you want to focus on something specific? You might as well ask the question. If you're thinking it, someone else is thinking it as well. So ask me the question. I will do my best to help, and I will see you at the next session. Take care. Bye.